I tolerate men.
We live in a risky world, you know?
Yeah.
So I can say, and we explore.
Men should always spend on a woman.
Appreciation is a big man.
Hi there, need a ride? We've got you covered. With SKN Cabs, booking a ride takes 3 easy steps. I'm not that type of ride there. Come on now. Enter your pickup and drop off location, choose your payment method, get connected to a driver. You're on your way to your destination. If you're an Apple user, download SKN Cabs in the Apple Store. And if you're an Android user, unfortunately the app is still private, so you'd have to send your email to our WhatsApp. And also, remember to follow us on Instagram for all the latest updates, promotion, and maybe a few surprises along the way. So what are you waiting for? Download SKN Cabs now and follow us on Instagram. SKN Cabs. Transportation made easy. Welcome back, or welcome to another episode of the Perspectives Podcast. Surprisingly, only me and Pink tonight. But I'm here with 3 beautiful mature ladies to speak about everything cancer. You know, them say October is what?
Breast cancer.
Breast cancer month. So I feel like it's fitting for us to have an episode.
You should have left us put on pink.
Repeat
You
that.
should have told us to put on pink.
So we should not.
Yeah, representing all the
Yeah.
candidates.
Okay.
So,
Adopt
Zara, I'm wearing pink for all of us.
Real
So,
men
yeah.
wear pink.
So as I said, I have 3 ladies to talk about everything about breast cancer. So from my far left to right, introduce yourself.
My name is Tracy Fraser. I'm a breast cancer survivor and a member of Pink Lily Cancer Care.
I am Tracy Parris. I'm the chairperson, awareness and support coordinator for Pink Lily Cancer Care.
My name is Cindy Freeman. I am a cervical cancer survivor and support coordinator for Pink Lily.
So we have 2 Tracy's and Cindy.
Yes.
Alright. So how y'all feeling?
Good.
Nervous?
Good. No.
Nah, not really.
No.
Nah.
Good.
Okay, so let's get into it. Breast cancer, Pink Lily.
Mhm.
How did Pink Lily get this in this?
Okay. What happened was 2007, both my mum and sister were diagnosed with breast cancer 2 weeks apart. And my sister was living here at the time, but she went back just for a holiday. And then they
England?
found out in England, yeah. And she went back, and then, like I said, it discovered that between her and my mum within 2 weeks, they found out they had breast cancer. So she said to herself, well, what has St. Nevis got in terms of support and anything? So after a little research, there really wasn't much or any. So she decided to start an organisation called Pink Lily Breast Cancer Care, because they had breast cancer initially. So we launched February the 9th, 2008 at All Manor, and the whole launch and Pink Lily was born from there.
Right. Now what's Pink Lily about? Is it solely breast cancer?
It was breast cancer initially because they had breast cancer, but over the years when we realised you had other people in the federation who have other cancers who needed the same support. So basically we got rid of the breast and we became Pink Lily Cancer Care.
Okay, now what does Pink Lily do in terms of support? Because you said not much support was here. So
No.
what kind of support does Pink Lily provide for cancer patients?
Well, we have financial support. We try and help as much financially. We don't have the funds to pay for anyone's full treatment because we don't have any incoming, regular income coming in. And then we have support groups where we meet up. We used to have a support group before COVID, so we have to get that back on track. But basically, we visit people, we call people on a daily, we do fundraising for them, we have fundraising events. So basically, we go to doctor's visits with them if they're afraid to go. If they want to go for a mammogram, they're afraid. If they want to go for a pap smear, they're afraid. We do all of that. Anything they ask us to do, or what they're afraid to go and do, we encourage them to go with them.
Now, in St. Nevis, cancer is here, well, not just cancer, but sickness
It's not something that people are necessarily open about. You find that a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
We've been going for about 16 years, and we still have people that don't want to go to the doctor. They
Don't want to know.
They don't want to know at all.
Mm-mm.
Some people even say, I'd rather die than find out. And that still happens to this day. They don't want to know. Or some people saying, oh, well, it don't make no sense spending all that kind of money and we're going to die anyway. And you get people just, they feel like they don't want no one to know, whether it's because they don't want people to treat them differently or the stigma with it. There's a stigma,
All the time.
but there's a stigma with it. So
What kind
I
of
think,
stigma?
How you get that?
yeah.
That not running your
Yeah,
family.
especially when you're talking about breast, but
Yeah.
especially for cervical cancer, there is a stigma.
Yeah.
Because cervical cancer is caused by a thing called human papillomavirus, and that
Carried by men,
Mhm.
HPV.
Yeah.
That's
Men
just
are
a
the
point.
men are the carriers to that.
Yeah, and men are the carriers there.
Don't feel nowhere.
No, you know, actually, I was educated on the whole STI.
Mm-hmm.
By my doctor. Basically, tell me most diseases are carried by men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But HPV is quite popular in the federation.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people have it, but they just don't know.
There's different types too, anyway. There's not-
So cancer instead.
Yeah. Well, I believe so, but there's different type of HPV, and I'm glad now that they're giving it to children.
They have immunization.
Immunization.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's curable?
It's preventable.
Preventable,
But it's
but I'm not
preventable
taking
once you deal with it early. But I know they do have this HPV vaccination now in the Federation. I think they were starting to give it from grade 6.
Yes. Yeah.
From grade 6.
Yeah.
So if you get the vaccination, you can't catch it.
Okay, well,
Well, we're
let me
not
set this straight.
we're
We're
not
not
doctors,
medical doctors.
So we
really
can't definitely
really
say yes or no.
no.
We never give medical advice. That's unethical of us. None of us have any medical training, so you have to look further into that. So,
But generally, just try to find out.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
the vaccine, if you get vaccinated against something, is it that it just don't affect you as much?
No,
It's like
Look at
maybe
the
it's straight to COVID. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
kind
vaccinated,
of
but they
maybe
still
we're
need a
not
booster.
sure, but maybe
Oh,
it,
So
it,
you have a
yeah.
flu shot and still
And still
flu.
apply.
So,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were saying people catch cervical cancer
From
HIV.
yeah.
Mhm. So how did you find out that you had cervical cancer?
Bleeding, excessive bleeding, intercourse stuff. Having intercourse to bleed a lot. Not doing your pap smear.
Yeah.
That is, a key thing, having your pap smear done. And I haven't had done one for like 7 years or so.
But what caused it not to do one for so long?
I don't know. It's just that I figured that my doctor is right there. If anything goes wrong, I could just call and she would fix it. But it didn't work like that.
So, like, at what age did you find out that you get that?
I was diagnosed in 2009. I was 30 something.
Also in your 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait, is it that you're seeing younger people
Yeah.
having cancer these days?
Yep.
So, what can that be attributed to?
Some people say chemicals in food. Some people say not eating healthy, but there could be so many different. No one really knows, because if everyone really knew, there'd be a cure for cancer. No one really knows. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, that's why the research is still going on all and now.
I got mine when I was 29.
Breast cancer.
29, and I was not aware of cancer or anything like that. That was in the UK, and that was
So, what prompted you to find
I was having a shower. I was bathing my skin properly, and as you wash yourself, this don't feel right. So I promptly went by my parents. I lived by myself, and I told my mum, "Feel this," and she said, "Oh, there's something there." Told my father, "Feel this." My father said, "Where that about?" I said, "Feel this." And he, no, it's a division, but he's living in England. Where that? Oh. So he said, "That don't feel right." And then I went to the doctor the next day, and they proceeded to do tests, and the doctor tried to draw fluid off it, thinking that it was a cyst because I was so young. And this Asian doctor's face went plain white. He said, no, this is not right. And he kind of frightened me. And he called his friend. It was about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. And I got an appointment for the Friday. So that was from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I got an appointment. And then they done the biopsy, which was very painful. But I found out that I had a little lump and I got it removed within 2 weeks. And I had to have treatment after. But being so young, it wasn't expected for me to have cancer at all. And nobody in my family, not even cancer. But we put it down to my lifestyle. I'm living in the UK.
What kind of lifestyle?
I had fun.
What is fun?
There's a thing called a raver. You go out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You stop in on Saturday. And then you go out Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just enjoying life.
Liners.
Have fun. And I was one of those persons. I came to Nevis to rest after I had cancer, and I'm still here 20-something years later.
So, how did finding out, starting with, how did finding out that you have cancer change things for you? Like, how did your life change living with cancer?
To me, it's still a normal thing, but you just have to exercise, try to eat right, do your checkup regularly, because for me, I have to do a pap smear every year. Well, I'm supposed to do it twice a year, but I do it once a year. And, if the pap smear changes, then, you have to go maybe back to the treatment or whatever, but
as for her, she would have said she had a lump, which was the cancer, and you got that removed.
Mm-hmm.
So is it that yours was a
I had to have a hysterectomy after I found out I had.
What side?
Remove the wound.
Oh.
Clean up. Take out.
So you're no longer have the cancer.
No.
Okay. And because
I have to have treatment too, as Tracy said.
Oh, you still have to have treatment?
No, when I found out I had cancer, I had to go to Cuba to do the treatment.
Oh.
I had
So you
chemo,
lost your hair
radiation.
or is it a different type of treatment?
I lost my hair.
What causes people to lose their hair?
The chemicals that came from the chemo.
Yeah.
And not everybody loses their hair.
Not everybody.
I had a mohawk, but I lost all my body hair, which is a good thing because it hasn't really grown back either. Kind of, kind of looking at hair.
Funny enough, the losing hair thing, that is just the other day I was watching a documentary on Bob Marley, and they said he had to lose his hair.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, me try to picture him without his hair.
Yeah.
Both my sister and my mum lost their hair, but what my sister did was
She
she made a
cut.
fundraiser out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so what she did, my sister used to have long hair, and she plait them all with single plaits, and then
Cut it
people
off.
paid, cut off one, cut off one, cut off one. And when all them were cut off, her son shaved, because son was about 17 at the time, he shaved her whole head. She come back and then she had a lily painted on the side of her head. But my mum's hair fell out completely. Yeah, clocks just fell out.
How did yours come out?
It was coming out, but then I decided, instead of watching my hair dropped out, I cut it out.
Yeah.
Because you comb and your hair coming out, and it's like,
So living in Nevis and being diagnosed with cancer, what gave you the courage to be able to come out and even to say as a woman,
my kids.
get your womb removed?
We went through that all the time. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Mm.
My wound, I don't have a wound. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm here. And nobody could watch me and say I don't have a wound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have children, so you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I mean, after a certain amount of time, you have menopause and all of that.
Well, they put me to early menopause.
Let's not go there.
Oh, say that has symptoms and so. Yeah. Yeah, those cases.
Yeah, I put it into early menopause, but that's just life.
Mm.
Going to early menopause, being without a womb or anything, the fact is I'm here 14, 15 years after.
Yeah.
That is more rewarding to me than having my wound.
And she don't look sick, does she?
No. Thank you.
Okay then. Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
that is rewarding.
how was it now when your family found out that you had?
Well, my kids and them were kind of No, not kind of. They were small. My daughter, I think, was in high school. My son was in preschool. My other son was in primary school. So my last son then didn't really, understand. All in the mommy was sick. But I used to look on the internet a lot, and then my brother was like, keep off the internet because the internet stressed you out.
Yeah, because that's kind of crazy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my brother was like,
Yeah.
keep off, and it makes me cry. I used to cry a lot.
So you went through any kind of depression?
No, not really. Even when I was in Cuba, because I'm not from Cuba and I don't know nobody in Cuba, and my doctor Jessica by Dallas, she did everything, went with me to Cuba, got me settled in, take me to the hospital. So the hospital wasn't really too far from where I was staying. It was like from here down to the bottom of the park.
Yeah.
So I could have walked, go to the doctor and then come back home from my treatments and stuff like that. But take my time, because chemo really thing me out.
So no depression, like that.
No.
Anytime you felt like
And when I was in Cuba, I was lonely. I missed my kids and my husband and my family, but I used to call them on the phone or email them or something. But
so your family dealt with the news, but how did the general public deal with that?
that was very helpful because, cancer is money. And Tracy and Lee, which is Tracy's sister, my church family, people in the general public, they chipped in and
It was in the media.
yeah. And I was in the, I'm not a person to, as I said, keep things to myself. I let the whole world know.
That's
You know.
what
And that is how people come out and help. Because if they don't know, they can't help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what I find a lot is you would hear that somebody died here.
And then you hear cancer.
Yeah,
And nobody knew.
cancer. But sometimes, divisions are very secretive about sickness.
Yes.
Very
And
crazy.
especially, I'm passionate about cancer, especially cancer. If you found out that you have cancer and you don't do nothing about it, but if you do something about it, my cancer was a stage 2. But if you just sit down there and don't do nothing, then they're gonna
So, how about the stage 2? Like, you have stage 1,
stage
stage
2,
one,
4, 3, 4.
4 is bad.
4, so 1 is the least. And
Yeah.
And 4 is the
Yeah.
worst, yeah.
My sister had stage 1. Both my sister and my mother had stage 1. My sister was she wasn't big chested. She found a lump in the puppy. That's how she found hers. My mother didn't have a lump. She had like a red mark. My mother was white, so she had this red patch on her. So it's like everyone just assumes it's a lump. It's a lump. Always a lump. It could be like the skin. You know how when an orange get old, you start to get wrinkly? That could be a sign too. Or a patch or something like that. But funny thing, my sister had to have her breast moved immediately. But my mother,
The whole breast?
the whole breast had to come off.
Because she had small boobs.
Yeah, her whole breast because it was in the tissue lining. You see, her breast had to come all off. My mother didn't have. She had what you call a lumpectomy. So then,
Partial. That's what I had.
and then she would do it lopsided, So they have more breasts on one side than the other.
So now, like with the advent of plastic surgery and so, you have people who would go through the surgery.
She had a reconstructive surgery.
Lee did.
Yeah,
Lee did.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I was
So 'cause she
having
was a
my
fitness
stuff.
instructor,
Yeah.
So she wanted to do.
Yeah.
She was into fitness. That's another thing. She was into fitness. She ate well.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Didn't drink. She used up a fitness
So
thing here.
that's what I tell people, leave me alone, Leave me alone, let me eat and drink what I want.
Stay away from the meat.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. No, don't tell me that.
I didn't mean it. I was only
You
joking.
know, I work with that one day. You know what I mean? Let me eat
Your
that
locks
drink
would
what I
look so good if you never eat me. Now study them.
want. Oh,
How would you? A twist.
so we love it, man. I love it. We eat a lot. For me to be this thing, I have to eat a lot. Like, I have to constantly.
You're over 40?
No.
He's 40 years.
He's a barber.
He's in 30 probably.
But
Late
he's
not.
20s. He's in
Oh.
his 20s.
Hold on, hold on,
Late
20s.
28.
Go down a little bit, man.
25.
25?
26.
26. Oh, you're a baby man.
Yeah, baby.
My
So
my
No, you're not old.
No.
Oh,
My
but
25th, I remember my 25th.
30s. Are someone called?
no. 30's not old. What are you saying?
No, 30.
No, right.
We were in our 50s, we don't look old.
No.
50,
yeah,
50. How old are you?
52.
51?
Yeah,
52.
I mean,
52.
I'm 56.
50, yeah. Oh, we are.
no, consider age.
Keep eating the meat to study them.
I'm vegetarian, so.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you know, I'm a lion, you know.
Yeah,
I never see a lion eating grass.
that's right.
Never.
You're right. Look at me.
But yeah, as it relates to cancer now, what is the likelihood of cancer returning? Because you was 29, you was in your 30s, you are in your 50s. Did it not return?
Mine didn't.
Mine did not.
I did another treatment called brachytherapy. So that the doctor said that told us,
Prevented it from
yeah, coming back.
And-
I done all the treatments. I had a lumpectomy. I done all the treatments. Ruined my whole
as I
body.
said,
Broke it all
early
down.
stage.
So
The
yeah,
early stage.
had to go. I ate raw for a year. No cooked food for a year because I was trying to clean my soul. It was the worst year of my life. It was terrible.
So now you can actually live a normal life.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's all about alcohol. You can drink.
Huh?
You can live your life.
I'm English.
You can live your life, you know. You can still.
I'm surprised you don't have any drinks in here. A vodka would be
I
nice.
don't drink. I
Yeah.
don't drink.
They don't drink. Oh no, she doesn't drink. We're English.
I don't drink.
We drink. Yeah, it's cold, so we gotta drink.
I don't drink as much as I know.
I don't drink.
So, alright, like how you have your mother who had cancer, your sister. What's the likelihood of you?
Well, when we looked, we didn't have, before my mother and sister, we had no history of cancer on either side, the mother's side and the father's side. But my sister was cancer free for 13 years, like 10 to 13 years. And my mother was cancer free for around
The same
25.
thing. Yeah.
My sister passed in 2019, 1st of December.
From
Because
cancer?
Yeah, because it came
It
back.
came back.
And then when it came back, they call it metastasis. So she died,
Spread.
her death certificate says metastasis, breast cancer. It means it comes back, but it comes back in different parts of the body. It came back in her spine, her kidney.
With a vengeance.
So did it just come back suddenly?
No, I mean, like I said, she was cancer free for like years, but then she ended up with this, her belly
Fluid.
started to get big, and she thought she might be pregnant. Because after she had all the chemo treatment, she was told, she had a son at the time, and she was told she might not be able to have children again because of chemo, destroys the cells and stuff, but she ended up with 2 children after 2 daughters. And then, so she thought she was pregnant again, but when she went to the doctor here at the hospital, they just said it was fluid.
Building
So
up.
they tested it, they said, you better go back. Because even though they could have helped her to a certain extent here, aftercare and certain things they weren't able, so they said to her, you better go back. So she went back and it was confirmed that she had cancer.
So what stage did she have at that?
4.
Four.
So is it,
There's no cure for 4.
so what
This is
was
a
the
miracle.
time period it took for her to get back to stage 4? Like is it that she were being tested frequently or
She go for regular checkups, because sometimes your blood count is low and different things. But she had a whole 12, 13 years of cancer free.
Free.
So I don't.
So she would have relaxed and stopped checking them?
No,
No.
she would have checked. Like I said, she was a health instructor, a fitness instructor, so she always used to eat well. And every time she'd come home now, and she was living here full time, but then because of treatment, she ended up back and forth. And then, so she was, every time she was here, she was on the media, sharing the story, trying to encourage people to eat well and all them kind of things like that. So, I don't know.
Condolences. And your mom is still alive?
She passed.
She last year.
She passed.
Last year.
She passed last year. And she
And
ended
she
up,
passed from cancer?
yeah,
Mhm.
So it's the same thing happened?
she had what you call sarcoma. She had sarcoma in the breast. So
What's that one?
it's a different sarcoma is a cancer as well, but you can get different sarcomas. Because when I was at the hospital, because I went to England last year, we went on a family cruise and everything, and she started to get breathless on the cruise. And then, but after we went back, she was having chemo previous to that. Because she had ended up getting like a sore on her breast and started to get bigger and bigger. And then
So that was cancerous.
it turned, it was cancerous.
So why
So
didn't she just remove the breast?
at that point,
It wasn't
too
necessary.
Yeah,
Or it spread out.
And sometimes when you remove it,
So when
it's
she was on the cruise,
worse.
she was getting better. So when we did come back now, we went literally straight to the hospital and they said her lung had collapsed. So they had to stop the chemo because they had to work on building back her lung. Actually, my mum didn't come back out of hospital. She had treatment and different, she couldn't have no chemo anymore. And then they come, I remember I was at the hospital with her because we'd been on the cruise. I came back home and then I flew back out, just me one, and I basically spent all the time with her at the hospital. And then they came in a day and they said, Mary, our only thing now we can do is make you feel comfortable and pay you free and all of that kind of stuff. And then we moved from this hospital and put her into a hospice. Basically, she stayed there. So October 9th, maybe. That went like Parris. Yeah, but she went peacefully.
Well, how do you deal with that?
It's hard, man, because I still struggling with losing my sister. Me and my sister were like this. And, there's a year and 7 months between me and my sister. So that was my best friend as well, So it's hard. But even though it's hard losing another, Lee's best friend. My sister was Lee's best friend.
And my dad died from cancer.
Yeah, when she came
The
back
same
from
year,
Cuba.
came back from Cuba.
Yeah. So Lee was the bridesmaid at Cindy's wedding. We all used to hang out and stuff. It was hard. And then she had 2 young girls. My nephew was in his 20s at the time. And then my nieces were like 7 and 8 and died when she died. And then, it's tough because my sister was like, she walked in the door and it's like,
Hello!
she'd be like, morning!
Yeah.
Really nice. And everyone here still misses Lee, everyone. She touched a lot of people in the Federation, not just through the cancer team, through the fitness classes, everything. So she won't be forgotten. And my mum, I miss my mum. It's funny, tonight, on the way, Cindy was talking to her mum and I said, I miss speaking to my mum.
Yeah, of course.
Because when I speak to my dad all the time, but with my mum, I might speak to my dad every 2 weeks or every other week or something like that. With my mum, I speak to her 2-3 times a week. You on the phone for an hour, talk about everything and everything. It's tough. It's tough. I miss them a lot. I miss them a lot.
No, earlier you kind of touched on the fact that your mom would have had to travel overseas. She had to travel overseas. Well, you're coming from overseas, but also the facilities here as it relates to cancer treatment.
Well, we used to have a doctor who comes from St. Thomas who does chemo, Dr. Hubdy. And she was at an office up by the hospital. But then St. Kitts opened their own. They had an oncologist there, so they had their own service. And most of the patients used to come from St. Kitts. So she had closed down because, it's government usually help the patients then from St. Kitts. So they goes to the one in St. Kitts now. So
And it's a proper...
patients who here goes to St. Kitts for their treatment.
It's a proper chemotherapy facility.
I should assume so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And government actually support
Yeah,
these patients.
I think there is a fund that you
Yeah.
can get help assistance with, whether it's here or you have to go overseas. I'm not sure the amount, but the government can help. But most of it they have to try and find by themselves. And that's where we come in. We try and make donations here and there. But like I said,
We can't afford to.
It's
Because
expensive.
chemo is like, you have to have 8 chemo and imagine the pain. 4,000 or 5,000 US for chemo.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
expensive.
So we can't really afford to pay somebody 8 chemos. We don't have that money.
So how is Pinkly funded?
Well, we usually have a
Fundraisers.
walk
We have a walk every October.
year. That is our biggest
That's our biggest
fundraiser.
fundraiser. And then thankfully we have sponsors.
Who donate?
We have sponsors who sponsor us for the walk, but then we have other organisations like Credit Union. They sponsor us every year. This happens that it's in October, but regardless of whether it's the walk, they always sponsor us. Social Security, Development Bank, Credit Union, we have Bank, Body has helped us the last couple of years
Yeah.
with big sponsorship. And
Bank
then
of Nevis, National
Bank of
Insurance,
Nevis, National Insurance,
National Bank,
National Bank,
Let's
Rams,
Scott,
different-
Rams,
just
all kind of people. And
all
you
kind
can't
of
stop calling because you might miss somebody and we don't really want to miss anybody. So we just want to say thanks to all those who from
Sponsors.
time Pinkley started, till now, who've been contributing to us
Yeah. And then we
over
have,
the years.
in October, we have Errol Pemberton.
Bodies.
He's and Bodies. And we have
Sunshine, Nevis.
That's every year
Yeah.
from the beginning. On Sunshine,
Shines.
Sunshine lets us use his place every October. We're there, we set
So,
up.
so you already had your
No, it's coming up
No, it's actually
Saturday.
Saturday coming, the 19th.
18,
Saturday.
19.
So you
Hope
can
to
come
see you
and
there.
walk.
So we do a registration.
You might come to some video.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So when is that? Like this Saturday is
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock in the morning.
Chicken Stone.
From Chicken Stone.
Did you see his face there? Oh.
Yeah, we do that 6 o'clock. And we're having registration in this square this Wednesday and
And
Friday from 9 to 5.
Yeah, so we want to see everybody come on. We like people buy the t-shirts and stuff because the money goes back.
But we like to
We
see
like to see
the
people on the walk as
Yeah.
well.
Money's
You know,
important. But
yeah.
I like to see the people. Oh, let me plug it again. Yes, we need you have so many different people from different nationalities, from different countries. Cancer does not discriminate. It doesn't care whether you're from Jamaica, you're from New Zealand. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter whether you're a child, a woman, or a man. We need everybody to come out. Whether you're from Santo Domingo, Jamaica, St. Kitts, it doesn't matter where you're from. Guyana, it doesn't matter. We want them all to come out. All. Because even
I'll
if
make
you
a
haven't got
comment
it,
to the
huh?
I'll be.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You have to
Oh,
come
that
in.
would be nice.
My grandfather died from cancer.
Stay.
No.
No.
What prostate cancer, lung cancer.
Oh, my grandfather died of lung cancer. He used to smoke that.
She said it's not
But you asked about prostate cancer. As for me,
My dad did die from prostate.
as for me, no, like, I don't know. I think that
Listen.
It's just 5 seconds of uncomfortability.
Listen keenly. A lady has a pap smear. You don't want to be there to see a lady have a pap smear. You wouldn't go back down there again. The prostate is
It's easier.
easier.
And like how my
easier.
dad died from it,
Way.
I don't make joke with my husband or my
Yeah.
brothers and them.
You ain't gonna
So
get down.
every year they have to go to treats, whether they like it or they don't like it.
Yeah, I remember when they had started it at the hospital, and the boyfriend went and said, "Oh, there's too many people there." I tell them, "You better not move from there." Otherwise, they'll come
Don't come home. No, we can put everything
Yeah.
on the
So
front.
I think earlier up in the year they had the
Treats.
yeah.
I was good. I
But
volunteered to do
you
that.
think enough people are going?
But look at it, enough people is going now because when it first started, you couldn't get to
300,
it
400, now you got
even
600.
that much. But now
Yeah.
they're getting 600.
So
and
700.
so
Every
people
year.
are coming out every year, which is good because men don't like to go to
They don't like
doctors.
doctors, no. And they don't like the idea of the examination.
Yeah.
That's a big offer. Do you know
But
what?
I mean, they have a couple of years left.
Yeah, but you
Yeah, you got a couple of years.
But you still have to go. It's
But
very
they have to.
important.
I remember one year,
When my time come, we make that decision.
We're gonna be
When
there
I
every
reach
year.
that bridge, we cross it.
We're gonna be there every year. As old as we are, we're gonna be there every year.
Like so,
Yeah, man. We'll say, let's go. They'll pick you up.
yeah, you were saying, you remember?
I don't know what to say. There was a man one day, and I saw him at the clinic because we used to give out leaflets and stuff, right? And then I saw this guy. I said, how did it go? He said, oh God, it was bad. And I went, oh, I'm sorry. And he said, no, not that. So what happened? He said, well, the doctor had given him an examination. But what happened is they have students, medical students. So he said, when he was there, the doctor said to him, do you mind if the medical student, the doctor's qualified, so he knows how to do it, so it's quick. So of course now the student have to do it, they have to take time. And the doctor's like,
No, man.
doctor's like, doctor's like,
Train
can you
something.
feel that? Can you feel that? So of course you have to teach the new
No, right.
trends. So I said, I got volunteer.
Hi there. Need a ride? We've got you covered. With SKN Cabs, booking a ride takes 3 easy steps. I'm not that type of ride there. Come on now. Enter your pickup and drop off location. Choose your payment method. Get connected to a driver. You're on your way to your destination. If you're an Apple user, download SKN Cabs in the Apple Store. And if you're an Android user, unfortunately the app is still private, so you'd have to send your email to our WhatsApp. And also, remember to follow us on Instagram for all the latest updates, promotion, and maybe a few surprises along the way. So what are you waiting for? Download SKN Cabs now and follow us on Instagram. SKN Cabs. Transportation made easy.
I feel like ultimately, I would do it. Maybe I feel like I would do it, but not for the student play.
Yeah. Early detection saves lives.
Yeah.
Exactly.
remember-
That's all about the early detection.
So
stage,
tell
man.
me if you go.
Yes.
Early detection.
When the time comes.
When the time comes,
Yeah, you're still young.
but
You got years to think about
but
it.
you just still check yourself and watch water stoppage and things like that. Make sure you haven't got nothing there.
Check the testicles,
Fill them up.
It is like this.
the balls.
Check them out.
You just, well, either you or
You friend it there.
because
Check them out.
Fill them up.
Feed them.
Look
So
out
they
for
don't
that.
have lumps or anything
Lumps
like that,
and
or
bumps.
swelling and
Yeah.
those kind of things.
Stones,
Because it's
little.
testicular cancer.
Fill them with your 2 fingers like
Yeah.
that.
It's
So
not much cancer or
men is
cancer.
prostate, for men, prostate, testicular, and men can get
Breast cancer too.
But you're limited to that. We're
Yeah.
limited to a whole range
So
of
question, what's the most popular form of cancer in kids and
Breast,
breast,
cervical,
cervical, lung,
prostate, or
We
colon.
Colon,
We
yeah.
have a client right now, she had colon cancer.
Colon cancer is
Then
not
you got
easy.
ovarian cancer.
They got all kinds.
All
Yeah.
kinds. One
All
of our
kinds.
first clients, she
Leukemia,
had,
leukemia.
So the absolute most popular one is
Adults.
I think
Yeah.
breast, yeah.
Breast, yeah.
Breast is still one of the higher ones.
Maybe
But you
it's
know-
capitals with people women using
But you know, it's higher
In the
in
years.
Afro-Caribbean women as well, eh?
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. The racist,
Yeah.
the racist disease, like
Yeah,
sickle
it's a
cell.
higher, you get higher rate than if you would be Caucasian or something,
Yeah.
you know?
What color is that?
They
I
all
feel
know.
like it's the chemicals in your ear. Yeah.
It could be that.
It could be.
The straightening, the
Cream
chemical-
cracker. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you'll-
Yeah.
yeah. And this bleaching as well, this bleaching ain't healthy either on the skin.
Your
That's
skin.
not,
Because they have skin cancer too.
yeah, the skin cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you go into the beach, some black people believe, even though their skin is natural to the natural elements of the sun,
Have to use sunblock.
you see how the heat is lately? The rays are very strong.
Yeah.
And like for me now, I got like sun damage. You see these patches, I got these patches on the skin here. It's all sun damage. You know what I mean? All this is all sun damage. Yeah. But this bleaching, when you're bleaching of the skin now, which seems to be popular in Jamaica especially, right? You're removing your natural melanin, you know, and it's not you're putting chemicals on the skin for one, so that's not healthy. And then you're removing the protection of the sun from the skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
for
not
sure.
healthy. So there's
No.
skin cancer and different things.
No, it's not working. It's not
No,
good.
it's not working.
And the creamy,
Natural beauty is
the
your
creamy
That's
cracker.
skin
what
how
we
you
want.
love
Yeah.
it. You're not.
Milk, yeah, milk. Yeah.
So ladies, is there anything else you would like to touch on tonight?
Well, we just want to tell people to come on out on the 16th of this month
16 and 18.
and the 18th for registration for our walk in the square. We're going to be there from 9 to 5 both days and see them on Saturday.
Want everyone to come out. Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll come and do some.
We will be. Thank
Yeah.
you. We like that.
I'll come and do some videography.
I hope you come and do some walking as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have to. It's more work for me. I'll be working and video.
Okay.
Is it from where is it?
Some by Chicken Stone.
Chicken
That's
Stone.
a little bit, the Seventh Adventist churches on the hill.
Gingerland?
Gingerland.
From Gingerland. Basically from Gingerland to Sunshine.
Chicken Stone is Gingerland. Don't look at me like that.
No, the kind of last.
Chicken
Now, which part Chicken Stone is free? You know, funny enough, we don't know these places by names. Like
Big
from
Rock,
mines.
to call it Big Rock is the thing. Chicken Stone is Gingerland. Like you're going down
Where the
here.
girl Grace got the where the girl Grace
vegetable
got
store.
vegetable store.
You're going to Gingerland as if you're going to Best Buy. You got the Methodist Church. You got you
You're
don't
from
go to
market shop.
You come down.
your market.
No, you're going too far by
You're
map.
too far now.
If you're coming from town, you're going too far.
You're going too far.
You're gonna see people.
So, from
Chicken Stone is
which
the,
part the artists is there on the side.
the who?
The what?
You got the church, the old
That's too
church.
far.
That's the Methodist Church. You've gone
That's too far.
Yeah. You know where, if you're coming to Gingerland, you know where the lady sells the vegetables?
You
On the
you
right?
don't pass that too.
Yeah, but it's just a bit further.
You need to go to the
You
land.
need to go to the land.
You know, let us go through the land, right? we don't know these places
How long
like
you
by
been-
name.
How long you been here?
12 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You can pop into Nevis Tourism Authority and pick up a map.
there you go.
I will greet you and give you a map. I hand out maps for a living. I will give you a map. Yeah.
We need
Yeah,
to
I
do a
know.
video and just store the place,
Yeah,
like, not get to know the names.
yeah.
I know
But there are
Is it a-
signs up
I'm
on
the
the
kind of
thing.
last in
No.
Nevis.
No, you cannot.
You
cannot.
know, everywhere
Not
in
us.
Nevis, you know. But like, the specific places
They have
Yeah.
signs up on the
that are like,
But
when
listen,
they pass Panko, they pass Panko.
Right, from Pan Hill.
On
We
hill.
know Panko.
Right.
On hill,
Down the-
down.
Come
You
down.
come from a flat stretch.
Right, that's it.
Oh, that's a.
Mm-hmm.
Also from that's a flower walk.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah.
It's downhill, so
It's easy.
Yeah.
What the sugar man in
Exactly.
Ah,
exactly.
You see? You're
If all them
jamming to
people, if
town.
all them people turn out and Juve come to pick the walk.
That would be nice.
That's what I can't walk. I can do June,
And
but I can't
there's a
walk.
registration fee.
Yeah,
Oh,
$60.
$60.
$60, you get a t-shirt and a
t-shirt.
nice cup this year, a nice celebrating our 15 years, but actually 16 years. And then we got children's size t-shirts as well this year. Children at under 12, $30. It's a good cause, man. Very good cause.
Yeah, bro.
Because
You know,
yeah,
some people that say that, oh, they're not gonna think because when I get the cancer.
Food, never say that.
But
No.
no, but I'm saying they will say that they're not gonna cancer, they don't know, but you may not get it. But the
Somebody-
child might get it, or your
Yeah.
mother might get it.
No point for me and say that.
Yeah.
Not
Not doing that numbers.
What you say?
One of our first clients, one of our first clients that we did was a 16-year-old boy.
16.
Yeah.
He died now.
He died.
With cancer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I even younger.
Sister
You know,
young.
back home, right, where there is a family from the community we come from, where like the mother, a young sister, a brother, I think he was the father,
That's right.
grandfather,
That's hereditary.
Grandmother.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
like
true.
a lot of them,
Yeah.
and it's the same type of cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, not good.
But I mean, I feel like this was a very informative episode of the podcast. We'll definitely learn a lot. Y'all are brave people to come and see.
Me, just me. Me. I don't like to talk.
Yeah.
I mean, this is cool, because nobody wants me to say. I'm not seeing. Yeah, people are seeing me, but
It's not
I'm
live.
not
live,
in front of a crowd.
Cried, yeah.
Yeah.
So if I was in front of a crowd, I think I'd be shaking or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't
I'm
gonna
not
try.
more.
Well, I appreciate that coming.
She got me crying and I'm just
And she
sitting
could,
there.
everybody's like crying, so it's a good thing she ain't crying.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
hard, man.
She's-
It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard.
I miss my dad up to this
She's
day.
developing toughness.
I miss my
Yeah.
father up to this day. And you never get over,
Alas, of a
because
loved one.
I remember my dad instill all kind of things in us, and sometimes I'm in a situation and I'm like, oh, daddy used to say this,
Yeah.
you know, so I'm always remembering
Yeah.
my family, and my family helped me a lot. You have to have support.
You need
Church family, physical family, friends, thinking family.
Work
You have to
family is
have
work
that-
family.
That connection or that support, because if you don't, trust me, you're gonna be sitting down thinking about this disease, and they're gonna kill you even faster than
Yeah.
Yeah.
the disease itself gonna kill
And we
you.
don't just support the
Stress.
person who has it, we support family.
Family.
So question,
Stress alone.
like, is it that, what's the percentage chance of it actually coming back? Is it a high percentage?
I'm not really not sure. I can't really
It
say.
depends. It just,
Because it's
everybody's
like saying
different.
how come that person get it,
Yeah.
how come that person doesn't. How, you know,
Yeah.
We
you
don't know.
don't know how it chooses or what. That's why I said cancer don't discriminate.
That's
Doesn't
why it
care
says
what colour,
also
doesn't care how what your age is, doesn't care where you're from,
early
doesn't
detection
care your
saves life.
religion, belief, doesn't care your gender, it doesn't care.
just
And-
try.
And yeah, and, like, what's the mental health like of somebody who finds that out?
You need to have,
Does it stress kill
you need to,
You need to have
you
a
need-
good
you need
mental
to have,
health. Yeah,
you need
positive.
to have, you have some good people in your life. You support and talk. I
Yeah.
like to talk.
Me too.
I talk my cancer away. I said, listen, I ain't got time for this. I'm going on a holiday to Mexico, so you need to leave my body. You need to go about your business. I talked to my cancer like it was a person. Yeah, I was a bit Jamaican and go here from here. Go here. move, glance, everything. All the parodies, every bleep word was coming out my mouth for this cancer to leave. Because I was young and I had things to do.
Exactly.
And
I had children.
Yeah,
and
children,
I wasn't about to let this
you have to be
disease here
strong.
take me and somebody raise my kids now.
Yeah.
And I went to a place that I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know nobody in Cuba. And I used to have the stigma about Cuba because people make it think like Cuba. But Cuba is one of the most beautiful places I have ever.
Yes. And them old cars and them things. Yeah.
And I've been there twice.
Wow.
So it's nice. It's not as for people. You go up to things that is it's nice.
Cuba and Africa.
I mean, I go Africa with you.
We need to do the Caribbean people need to go to the Caribbean. That's what we need to visit instead of going to America and eating all that blasted fast food and rubbish. You need to stay in your Caribbean country and love
I
your
like to
Caribbean
travel.
country, says the English girl.
I
And that's
like
how I
to
say
travel. I love traveling.
Ladies, thank you all for
Sure.
coming.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
people, remember, for those who is watching, remember, like, share, subscribe, Perspectives Podcast, your backbone. Till next time, bro.
Hoy, and I said nobody now believe it. Huh. Well, if them here say I beat it, me and the pastor, me not go preach it to how we hold it down. Yeah, man, it's Dejour, and I mean giving you a different perspective on Perspectives Media. Easy.
Perspectives Media.